So I thought I'd share my thoughts on Alan Watts. My thoughts on Alan Watts. That's great. I used to love to listen to Alan Watts. I could listen to him for hours. I loved him on road trips, and I would just listen to hours and hours. And basically, I could sum up Alan Watts in telling these long stories, basically to bring you back to understand how that story eats itself, showing us irony. And I think of that Ouroboros, I think that's how you say it, with the snake eating its own tail. And that's what I discovered was how I distinguish it now is Alan Watts was trying to talk us out of paradigm A and talk us into paradigm B with the understanding that it's just this odd thing because we're just constantly being told this story of paradigm A, and it's like, what is this thing that's outside of it? And that's what I recognized, was that all the stories in paradigm A they just eat themselves. The archetypal stories just eat themselves. And then once you discover that, it's like, that's meaningless. Why should I be instilled in those type of stories rather than living? And really, that's all it is. Paradigm B is living. It's like you wake up from the dream to live in the dream. You wake up from the dream to live inside the dream. And it's quite simple now. And what a master of his time to be able to just work through every situation and basically show us that it's just the snake eating its own tail. And that story's just going to rebirth and play itself out again. And if we want to find true meaning in this world, it's much more simple than that. Calibrate our psychology to ourselves, not to other people. That life is the gift of experience, and when we come to understand that, it's like then we don't live in this mind that creates all these problems. So I'm interested in your thoughts on Alan Watts, and I hope this is inspiring.